I mean, just what can you tell us about Sam Hartman being out today and the statement that came out earlier today?
He had a medical procedure that was non-football related. Um, we expect him to be back. It's too early to tell exactly what that timeline is. So anything you said is just speculation right now, but we expect him to be back, and as it goes along, we'll get a better idea. So completely un-football related, and I'm just very grateful to our weight staff, our training staff, our team doctor, Dr. Miles, the people at Wake Forest Baptist. Really what transpired over those 12 hours is just really incredible health care.
So he's already had a procedure done of some sort?
Yep, and he's out here today and he's good. So, again, it was not related to football and just one of those things that could happen to any one of us. So he'll be fine.
Is his presence out here today indication that it wasn't something life-threatening?
Again, I can't get into, again, we just, something came up that was kind of a little, unexpected. Again, our medical team did an incredible job of diagnosing it and determining what the course of action was. And bang, they took care of it in incredible time and speed and efficiency.
What kind of message does Sam give the team just now?
Keep going, right? He'll be back. He doesn't know when. Like any injury, illness, whatever, there's always kind of a time frame you think, but it can get shortened, it can get lengthened. But I think more than anything, he just wanted those guys to see him and know that he was okay.
What was the mood of the team going into practice today, knowing that they lost their field leader, at least for a little bit?
Well, I told them last night what was going on, and I asked them, I told them I trusted them to keep it quiet and not leak it, and they did a great job. Because we didn't exactly know what it was until later last night. And so we kind of prepped them last night that this was going on. And again, the concern was Sam. Our football team, we're in good shape, we'll be fine. We have a lot of confidence in all of our quarterbacks, and those guys are ready to play and they're ready to win. So it wasn't like, hey, this is gonna crush our team. We're worried about Sam. And that was our concern, that his health, his well-being, and the football part of it will take care of itself.
Of course, Sam is no stranger to medical conditions that kind of pop up. He dealt with that as a senior in high school, if I remember correctly. What's his mental state, as best you can tell?
He's fine. I mean, I think if his mental state wasn't good, he wouldn't be out here today. Like, he wanted to come out here with a smile, see his teammates. He wanted to address the team afterwards. And, he's in a good place. I mean, he'll be back. So he'll be back. We just don't know when. And, he's a guy that's extremely motivated. Football's really important to him. He loves his teammates. He loves Wake Forest. And he's a guy that, guys, I'll be fine. Keep going. Keep going. I love this football team, and we just got to keep getting better.
Since he is one of the, really the leader on the field for that offense, who fills that void in his absence?
That's where we're lucky, Tony, right? You look at our football team, and you got seventh-year tackle. You got three sixth-year guards. You got a fifth-year center. You got a fifth-year tight end. You got a fifth-year receiver. I mean, we have leadership across the board on offense. So Sam is clearly the alpha, right? But he's done such a great job in creating the tone and setting a standard that those guys aren't going to let that standard fall off. We had a good practice today.
How would you assess the dynamic for picking the starter for week 1 against VMI now?
Well, right now it would be, right now Mitch would be 1 and Michael Kern would be 2. So they're still competing, but Mitch got most of the 1 reps today, and we wanted that competition to kind of go on. But with what happened, we kind of felt like, hey, Mitch was ahead. We've got to feed him those 1 reps and get him ready, but Michael will still get some 1 reps, and he's got to be ready to play. What
have you seen from Mitch through this camp and through the spring that leads him to be the top guy at this point?
He runs the offense well, and he's got savvy. he anticipates throws. He's a little bit like Sam in terms of how important football is. He's a compelled football player. We always talk about the levels of commitment. Guys that like it, love it, and live it. He's a live it guy. He's a compelled guy. And our team knows how hard he's worked and how hard he's prepared. And you go into every season, these things can happen for a multitude of reasons. So you're always preparing your 2 to be a 1. And having said that, right, sometimes it happens. Clearly it happened last year with the Torian Perry. He was a 2, that in his mindset he was a 1, and look what he did. And then, there's times that happens, right? In 2019 when, Sage and Scotty went down, we weren't ready. But the confidence level in those guys is extremely high. And Michael too. Michael can go out there and lead us down the field. And that's not just coach speak.
It's similar to 2018 at that position, isn't it?
At quarterback?
Yeah.
I just think all of those guys are at such a higher level than any of those guys were then, right? You're talking about Kendall Hinton. Yeah. Where Mitch Griffiths is and where Michael Kern is significantly ahead of where both Sam and Jamie were in 18. You had a true freshman and you had a redshirt freshman. Now you got a guy that's been here for 3 and 4 years. So what that does to the offense is we don't have to limit the offense at all. Whereas back then, you got an 18-year-old guy going out there playing college football for the first time, and it's a lot different.
This is a team that come in with expectations, from the media for once, ranked in the top 20. How does this injury and what you're going through impact your expectations for the season?
It impacts our expectations in no single way, right? Not at all. I don't expect our football team to be any less successful because of this, and not one guy in that field feels that way. And again, that's not coach speak. I mean that. We can win a lot of games with those 2 guys, and we can beat good teams with those guys. And we've got an experienced O-line, we've got really good running backs, we've got a great tight end, we've got good skill. I think we have a very improved defense. It's never a good thing. We are far better prepared to handle this at any point during my time here. We'll be fine.
2 more guys.